Konnichiwa. Hello, I'm your Vlog Dave, and today I wanna compare German to Japanese. What do these two languages have in common? What do they share? And where are some differences? Let's talk about these things. And just to give you some basic information and a basic idea of who I am, I'm Dave, I'm German, I'm teaching the German language on YouTube, and that's why I want to compare my language, my native language, German, Deutsch, to a second language in these kinds of videos. I'm also studying the German language at a German university. You know, the thing is, whenever you want to do research on a language and on the history of a language, how it's progressed and how it has developed over the centuries, there is a certain problem to that, because you can basically only rely on written texts, on written documents, because back in the day people couldn't really record themselves when they spoke something, you know? That just wasn't possible. German is a so-called alphabetic language. This means we have an alphabet that consists of several different letters. A grapheme, das Graphem, is the tiniest graphic unit that doesn't carry any own meaning, but that's able to change the semantic meaning. A phoneme, das Phonem, is the tiniest acoustic unit. I'm talking about basic sounds here. Let's take a quick look at the two words schön and Spaß, which both share the initial same phoneme, sh, but they are spelled differently. So in the first case, schön, the phoneme sh correlates with the three letters S, C, H. In the second case, the phoneme sh correlates with just one letter, a simple S. So certain letters or combinations of certain letters are correlating with particular sounds. Japanese, however, is a syllabic language. Whereas in alphabetic languages, the graphemes, meaning the graphical symbols, correlate with small units, for instance single letters. They correlate with bigger units in syllabic languages. You can also subdivide the Japanese system into a few single subsystems, for instance kanji. Kanji signs are derived from Chinese writing, and they usually give the stem or radical part of a word. Hiragana and katakana are syllabic writings. Romaji. In modern Japanese, the Latin alphabet might be used too. Numbers are written in either kanji or in Arabic figures, for instance 0, 1, 2, and so on. In German, a typical word order is subject, verb, object. In Japanese, the typical word order is subject, object, verb. So there is a major difference. You could also subclassify the German language as a rather fusionating language in terms of prefixes and suffixes. Let's take a look at a conjugated German verb. Du gehst. You're going. The infinite verb is gehen. The suffix st at the end refers to the second person, singular, Präsens, which is the German simple present, indicative mode, and active. So the grammatical information, it's the second person and so on, is closely connected to the same word. It's basically a part of the word. In the Japanese hiragana, grammatical information on the person, the grammatical case, and similar things tend to appear separated from other words. It's a rather agglutinating language. So, here are a few German terms and their respective Japanese equivalents. Considering they are correct because I used Google Translate, yeah, let's go for it. Hallo, hello, konnichiwa, tschüss, goodbye, sayonara, danke, thank you, arigato, der Mensch, the human being, otoko, die Welt, the world, sekai, das Tier, the animal, dobutsu. And now the ultimate embarrassing moment for me personally. Ich möchte gerne mal nach Japan reisen. I'd like to go to Japan one day. Watashi wa Nihon ni jikan o tabi shitai to omaimasu. Gomenasai for butchering your language. On a very general level, German can be described as a so-called Indo-Germanic language. By the way, this applies to the majority of today's European languages, but not to all of them. Finnish and Hungarian aren't Indo-Germanic languages, for instance. Japanese doesn't have anything to do with Indo-Germanic languages. No surprise there. Interestingly enough though, linguists aren't too sure about the specific origins of the Japanese language. Some linguists believe that Japanese once was closely connected to the Korean language, and similar to the divisive process regarding different Indo-Germanic languages, Japanese and Korean began to get separated from each other around the 7th century AD. Other linguists disagree though. They rather see similarities to other Asian tribes and systems. Similar to the German language, speaking about it on a very general level, you can find different, more or less distinct linguistic periods in Japanese too. However, modern Japanese, the Japanese that's spoken today, is a bit younger than what's widely considered modern German. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you wanna support me and this channel, leave a like, share this video with other people, and don't hesitate to subscribe. You can also support me on the crowdfunding page Patreon. That really helps a lot and makes this channel possible. I'm your Vlog Dave, tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.